Hi, Aquarius. It is time for a wonderful reading for you for the month of April 2021. And I have shuffled these cards a ton before I started shuffling just now. And so they should be all fresh and new and ready to roll for your reading. I'm just going to do a 12 card reading and see what you've got for the month ahead and see what we can come up with for it. Let's just dive right in here. Wow, this is good. Very, very, very nice and fantastic. That card keeps coming up for everybody. I think we're all kind of bummed. Wow, it's really interesting. A lot of the signs are getting the same cards, and I am like shuffling like a lunatic, so trust me, that's not the issue. This is so interesting, but it does cycle like that, so let's just get to it. Sometimes I call this the Fezziwig card, you know, Fezziwig in A Christmas Carol, because he gave the big party and all of that. Anyway, this is the Knight of Cups. It is a celebratory card, a very nice card, a card where you could be in a position to entertain and celebrate with friends and family and all that kind of great stuff. You know, it's just a great card. It's a happy card. You know, an all-around good card. You can't go wrong with the old Nine of Cups. Strength. Wow, this is a really special card. Strength is one of these cards where if you have strength, you know, basically you've got everything you need. You don't have to worry about a whole lot because, you know, strength will pull you through when things are crazy, things are bad, things are wrong, when things happen. I mean, it doesn't sound that great in advance of something, but, you know, nothing's really going to break you. You're going to be okay, you know. No matter what happens, you're always going to be okay. That's not to say anything horrible is going to happen. It's just that in life, things happen. And we all have to face those things, and some people deal with them better than others. And when you've got strength, you can deal. That's important. The world is one of the best cards you could possibly get. I mean, it's all about completion of everything you'd ever want to have and do and be. You know, it's just a card where you have health and wealth and happiness and, you know, just all the fulfillment of whatever areas of life you want. That is just a fantastic card. This card is a card where this fellow is not thrilled out of his mind with whatever he's reaping from whatever work he's put into something. Possibly work or possibly something else you're doing, but he's not 100% satisfied with, you know, the return from the amount of work he's put in. And it doesn't mean it's wrong or it's not the correct amount that he should be getting. Maybe it's the wrong job. Maybe it's just that he's impatient. You know, maybe you are impatient, which is not bad because sometimes that spurs us on to do other things and to find other ways to make money if that's what this is about, or to, you know, find a way to make it more tolerable or more fun so that, you know, you don't feel like it's drudgery. But he is doing what he's supposed to be doing. Things are happening here. He's just not thrilled with the outcome. But, you know, some of us have to go through this to get to the financial place you want to be. So it is not a bad card. It's just maybe a little bit of dissatisfaction on your part, which is natural and it happens sometimes. If it's something you want to fix, you can. If that's not necessary and it's just a phase, that's fine too. The Hanged Man. This is a card that doesn't look terrific, but it's an absolutely fine card. It's a card about, as there are many in the deck, about going into yourself and figuring things out and trying to, you know, get in tune with yourself, maybe do some meditation, see what's what, figure out what you're going to do next in life, and, you know, gain some wisdom. This is not a bad card. It's a card that you need to pay some attention to yourself. This is not the happiest card, as you can tell. You know, your heart is hurting from something, and the something is swords, but in the cards, swords are air or thoughts. The intellect So whatever is hurting you is something that you're thinking about. It could be something that's been done to you, somebody who's hurt you, that you're dwelling on it and thinking about it. It could be, so new and fresh that you can't get rid of it yet. But I suggest you do, because you don't need this holding you back. There's not really a point. There's no benefit. And there's a huge deficit. So let go of that so that you can progress and be happy. The Knight of Wands. This is such a great knight. I love the Knight of Wands. Of course, I'm a fire sign, and he's a fire knight. He is one to rush headlong into things. He does not wait. He is brave and bold. All the knights are brave and bold, but he's one who will just rush into battle, quite boldly and courageously, and sometimes foolishly, perhaps. So, Aquarius, you guys are kind of hard to read sometimes because you have so many different characteristics and you're kind of all over the map. Sometimes you need this card to, get something you want to get accomplished, or maybe do things a little differently from the way you normally do them. Maybe you need this boldness to help you out. Maybe this is, now this can represent a person, or it can be a facet of your personality, or the way you are, or something you need to help you to accomplish something. So think about that one, and I'm sure you'll know, how this works for you in your life. This card is also coming up like constantly with, insane regularity. Everybody seems to be getting this card. And this is a card where somebody's doing way too much work here trying to carry these wands. I mean, he can't even see because he's got them up in front of his face and he's all bent over. That's certainly not very good for your back. There's definitely a more efficient way of carrying those wands. That is probably the worst way. So sometimes it's you're doing something that's inefficient, or you've got too big a workload and you're just so tired you can't think straight. So if that's the case, maybe see if there's anything that can be done about that, or at least try to find a way to do it more efficiently. Because that'll be really helpful. A lot of times people get these two cards together lately for whatever reason. This is a card of arguments. Sometimes it's a card of a training exercise or something like that, depending on what it's around. But often it tends to be arguing. And the moon is kind of a mysterious card about the subconscious. Dreams, the subconscious, sometimes nightmares. Sometimes there's some confusion or mystery, something you're trying to figure out, something shrouded in mystery. If your significant other and you are fighting and arguing, sometimes that comes out in dreams. I mean, that's just sort of grasping at straws, but I have had a lot of people have that happen. I mean, we have lots of things happen in life. They don't always come out in our dreams, but it's quite interesting, some of the relationships that really we do dream about, and people who are close to us, sometimes we do have them in our dreams. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. But this can be sort of playful banter. It does not have to be anything severe, but then sometimes it is, more of a negative. It depends. You should probably know what that is, or what it's about, I'm guessing. These two cards are great. I love both of them. The Page of Cups is a very playful page. Sometimes a page is a messenger. It's a young person or a child. And if it's a messenger, it could be about anything. But often with the Page of Cups, it's about love or relationships or something involving passion. He's a lot of fun, this guy. You might know him. He could be a person in your life. He's very whimsical, very fun, imaginative, always learning, very loving, very kind, very giving, often in the arts, just a fun person to have around. Or maybe it is a part of you. I mean, it could be your personality. It could be, a facet of your personality, that you pull out when you want to entertain people. I mean, sometimes we have that. So I'm not sure, but you will know. See, when I'm doing these general readings, I can't really kind of delve into something really specific because Unfortunately, I don't know you, so I'm just giving you some generals, and then you can work with that. But amazingly, sometimes it works. I have watched many people doing general readings, and then I'll watch another one and it's very similar, and the next one's very similar, and then I'll do my own at home, and guess what, it's similar. It's quite uncanny the way it works. Then we've got the Chariot. The Chariot is one of my favorite cards. Very powerful card. If you have the Chariot, you can run your own life. You can drive your own chariot. You can drive that chariot wherever you want it to go, and you can create any life that you want to happen. And you can, and you will, and I hope you do. And so you have a great, fantastic month, all you Aquarius people, and enjoy yourself, and don't stress too much, and try to not I shouldn't say not think about it. Deal with this. Enjoy all these other beautiful, beautiful cards that you have in your wonderful, amazing life. And I hope to see you next month.